the predator waiting for the prey.
Moskov in his natural environment, in a lane,
Yeah.
waiting for the Lord to be started.
Kalea waiting in the bush.
Afterwards, a SOD coming in will turn things around. Speaking of which, Indonesia, everyone is here, all around the Lord. Aran looking for everyone. He sees Lunar. Apex 47 is still hidden. TNZ is nowhere close to the Lord, and Indonesia will decide to reset it. And all the while, Sigiboom as a Moskov clearing the lane, grabbing more.
This is going to be a tug of war that Indonesia will struggle a bit because the wave clear from Turkey is slightly better. Kabuki just got his Winds of Nature, so that will be a damage control. He gets jumped on by Lunar and TNZ. Wishing Lantern for your SQ. Turkey making the decision to commit to the Lord. Here comes Joe, attempt to steal. They're gonna try and keep Joe away. TNZ go to the Retribution and Joe gets jumped on. They slay the Lancelot, but they trade the jungler in return. Kabuki finds Lunar. 2-for-1 trade in favor of Indonesia, but they did lose the objective.
Yep. So, that's definitely better for Team Indonesia, considering the fact that Kabuki also got another stack on Skypiercer when it jumps in.
Gonna get a cash, and that is Rosa exploding. Kabuki with the 30th Skypiercer stack. And he's starting to look scary. Sigiboom does have the SOD, so if anything.
I wonder why Apex 47 was...
Wait, did they not?
He 100%...
Unbelievable, I cannot believe he got away.
No, okay, so first of all,
What?
I don't know what Apex 47 was trying to do.
I think the more impressive thing is that he actually got out. Did they not see him?
They should have, even if you don't,
Wasn't there a minion wave?
even if you don't see it, it's very natural for you to check the bush with your Rhapsody. You know what?
I tell you, the long days are... that's where you see that endurance comes in, right?
Yes.
You do start to lose focus, and TNZ is about to lose his life, but he gets out of it. Good puncture, resets. Apex comes in with the heavy spin. Witty holds the front again, and Apex overextends. That's his immortality and his life. Yehezkiel with the pickup. Lunar jumps on the Kabuki. Winds of Nature is going to keep him safe for now. Can Lunar finish the kill? He needs it. Kabuki saved by the flask of the Oasis. And he is now on a mega kill streak. 4 dead on Turkey 8, and Indonesia now have a chance.
Team Turkey making interesting choices here, going in one by one.
There's no minion wave though. They can't push, can they?
Yeah, but look at that. Catches Sigiboom. Sigiboom is
He's
all
gonna try for the
alone.
wave.
He's the distraction.
It's a worthy sacrifice, right? Oh, underneath the turret, Sigiboom! I can respect the idea. If he cleared the wave, or majority of it, to stall out the end game, it might be enough because Apex is now back. 5 for Rosa, 9 for TNZ, Lunar back in 5-2. Indonesia cannot end this game just yet.
Apex 47 is here to protect the base. Kabuki now having the Wind of Nature, which I believe he sold it to get something else, but now he's...
The Rose Gold too, right?
Yeah. So now he's got it back. I think it is still in cooldown for at least a minute. So by that time, it should be back up. So if Lunar wants to go in for a catch, it might be difficult for him to get a kill. Unless, call me crazy, Husky. If they go all in, all together, as a team.
As a team, all right, as a team.
Crazy idea, right? But if we see them go 5v5, maybe they can get a kill.
I think so too. I mean, Yehezkiel even bought Lightning Changchun.
Yeah.
The brawl has awakened.
The brawl has awakened? I guess, yeah.
My England no hub June.
Yes, there you go. Looking at the itemization here, the Granger is basically full build, same as the Moskov. The mid laner is not yet, but they honestly just need 3 items and they're looking pretty good. The Lunar, yeah, at this point, I feel like I can respect first item, 100 strike, and then, go for Oracle. I get it.
Yeah.
But maybe by this point,
I mean,
maybe a War Axe could really help you out.
Queen's Wings for both Lunar and TNZ. We see the Pauldrons for Aran too, so that's not the target you want to go on. And Widdy is starting to catch the necessary targets. By the way, Kabuki has 50 stacks now. So that's going to be dangerous. RWM forces out the Brilliance. like Dragon form. They're looking for Kabuki. Yehescu is a good target too. Lunar finds the Petrify. Yehescu with the flicker out. Aran pinned down. They're gonna try and blow him out. Aran cannot escape. Tianzi with the kill. And he wants more. SOD connects. Sticking Boom takes it. What a madman underneath the turret. A double kill for Kabuki. He is now 70 stacks on the Sky Piercer.
Yeah, Turkey is making a pretty
Don't go there.
difficult decisions here.
Apex, that's the max stack for Sky Piercer. Kabuki, he's legendary. Can Tianzi get it? Turkey needs you now. The Turkish hero Tianzi, unable to take this game under control. And Indonesia will march down mid. We have a best of 5 on our hands. Game 2 guaranteed by Indonesia. And they will equalize the scoreboard. It's 1-1.
After 20 minutes, Indonesia has come back going up against Team Turkey, especially at 16 minutes above. That's where we really start to see the draft come online.
I gotta say, that was a back burner game.
Yeah.
And then put on the back burner for sure. Whoa, that was stressful. I mean, long, dragged out. But to answer the question of our earlier documentary of who flinched first, Turkey flinched.
Yeah, Turkey flinched first. And this is going to be testing the players as well. Because if we have more of that length of a game, it will slowly chunk away their mental stamina, right? Because you're very disciplined game 1, very disciplined game 2. By game 5, you might start to autopilot just a little bit. So maybe game 2, they were taking it just easy a little bit, understanding that there's more MLBB to be played. So saving your stamina. But yeah, if it all goes 5 games, the team that's used to this the most will be the one at an advantage.
Not only that, you can also start to see some signs of a team getting affected by the fatigue just from the movements, right? We saw some unfortunate autopilots from Turkey. It went from a team effort to individual 1v1s. That's how you know when the reliance on the individual mechanics becomes the priority. That's where you run into some challenges, and the end sequence was sort of that, right? I can respect the heroics from Sigiboom, from Lunar, from TNZ, but in a team game environment, Indonesia definitely won this game. 17-4, by the way, in terms of kills.
Yep. I don't know. I feel like is Turkey not comfortable with this kind of draft, because I really feel like the Yuzong presence as well as the Akai's presence is more defensive more than anything else. It's either to deny or to stop the win condition of your opponents. But then, you know, just wait a while until eventually everyone has gotten up to speed, and then we're gonna be looking pretty good. It's just quite different to see Indonesia play, and then, you know, just have a pretty extended game. You know, I blame myself because I said I wanted a bloodbath.
Well,
I'm bathing, just no blood involved.
Well, it didn't felt like it until you look at the numbers, right? I mean, if I told you that it's a 17-4 kill game, but it ended in 20 minutes, you would be interested to see what transpired. Because the goal lead doesn't really matter anymore. It really came down to item swaps and just better macro decisions. I, again, felt like there were a lot of key moments where Turkey went more on a I'll make my own plays, and they didn't connect with each other.
Sigiboom did less damage than Witty. You know, just to put into perspective, a full item Moskov dealing less damage than a roamer support fighter. I don't know, maybe just out of practice, right? Haven't used this hero for a while. Same with the Yuzong. Either way, Kabuki is the goal hunter, 845 gold per minute, as well as the GOAT, 82,000 damage, and an Apex 47 taking 102,000. And Witty is still the best support. 0-0 and 12 is KDA. I would say Turkey didn't play like they had the momentum, the hype riding around, and Indonesia was being very careful not to make a mistake. And to their credit, they didn't really make a mistake.
Yeah, they sort of just were testing the waters to see what the response from Turkey is, and they just exploited those small windows. Pretty nice win, you know, Kabuki gets to play the game for once. Maybe not picking up Cydia was one of the keys. I think Ranger looks incredibly comfortable. Like, well, it took him like what 11 minutes to get the first kill, and then he ended the game with full Sky Piercer stacks.
I can already see the comments, you know, the posts coming in from Facebook and be like, what a coincidence. The moment you don't pick up the Obsidia, you start winning.
Or I'll do you one better. I knew that they can win. Someone out there's gonna say it.
Someone
out there. Like,
someone out there.
I think if you've been on social media long enough, you probably know who he is. Yeah, we'll leave it up to you guys.
Yeah. At this point, honestly, if I go to social media, I want to find the. You should have survived.
This is so frustrating.
You should have survived.
This actually, for me, was one of the most frustrating moments in the game.
Even Joe was already like, okay, good play.
He was about to go home.
No, he already went back. He already dashed out.
Joe is like, all right.
You know, good on you. I'll see you later. And it's like, okay, I'll see you now.
I guess I'll take it.
Again, a lot of questions that I feel like the coaches need to ask to the players, and then just get their head back in the zone, because a lot of questions for this one for both teams, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, majority of moments in these games were just overextensions, right? Like this, I can respect Lunar going for the play. I think the Flash of the Oasis from Witty helped the Kabuki. He did 2 item swaps, right? Winsome Nature into Rose Gold into Immortality, and a Tianzi tried to make a hero play, Sigibone trying to make the hero play. There's so many moments in the end game sequence that really felt like if it was just done a bit better. This was good. Lunar gives his life out. They find Aran. Joe can't really do too much, but was this necessary? I personally feel like they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah. But 808, good on Team Indonesia, able to get the second game. So now both are tied up with 1 point each, still chasing for 2 more points, so basically making this into a best of 3. I feel like Team Turkey, you don't have to deny the Yuzong if you're not too comfortable on that pick. You know, just let him pick up the Yuzong. You just use something like a Lapu or something that you are more accustomed with, and then just... Because Lunar had an amazing game with the Esme, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Lapu also is...
Deathless on the Esme, in fact.
Maybe it's time to consider Arlet, right? We haven't seen Arlet yet. I don't think Yuzong is that bad of a pick, but I just felt like there were some very...
The impact wasn't there.
Yeah, it's pretty questionable, right? It leaves you scratching your head on what the idea was. And again, the overextensions was sort of their downfall in the later stages of the game. Just like what I would say to Team Indonesia after Game 1. For Turkey after Game 2, minor adjustments, right? Nothing too major, nothing that requires, a few months to get right. This one, you fine-tune a little bit, right? You tweak the screws a bit and then it should be okay.
Should be okay, because it really is just what's the call here? What's the call? Because I would assume when you pick up the Moskov, you just want to go for that late game. 4 items is enough, right? The last item is going to be more defensive. Wind of Nature, Rose Gold, or Immortality, depending on the situation. It's just that they didn't start anything, and I feel like it's more on the team asking, okay, is it going to be Akai starting the fight? Is it going to be the Yuzong starting the fight? Are you guys waiting for Rosa to open the real world manipulation to box them in, and then you guys go in? It's just that it looked like they were just slightly bit confused on the order of from A to Z how we're going to do this.
It's like, what are we afraid of, right? Maybe they're afraid of the Kalea. I can understand, but I think I'll be nitpicking if I say that there's a few things that they could have done better. In the grand scheme of things, still the main point is the overextension. I think that's the best way to really highlight the main struggles of Turkey in that game too. Everything else, you can sort of like glance over it and be like, yeah, not.
Well, let's be like the players and have just move on, right? Now we got to reset. Now we got to go on to game number 3, and in terms of the game, I'm guessing Rock is not going to be there. Kimi is going to get banned again by Team Indonesia. So maybe for Team Indonesia, the win condition is very easy. Don't pick up Cydia and then you're good.
I agree.
Just keep drafting like this.
It's just play like how you played the whole tournament, except for Game 1.
Yeah.
That was more of a draft thing. I also, one thing that did, got me curious was the fact that Turkey were on blue side. They had first pick. Grog was banned by Indonesia, but they banned Gatot.
Yeah, they banned Gatot.
So that was also...
And Apex has used the Gatot, so... Question marks.
I mean, Gatot hasn't won games today, but still, I think it's a very positive win rate overall.
I mean,
in WEC.
Team Turkey, they opened up yesterday Lapu, Gatot, Haya, and they won the game against Myanmar. So they definitely know how to use the Gatot. So, yeah, question mark. Because the reason why they banned the Gatot because they don't want to first pick it. And their first pick is that Yuzong. Maybe they should have switched it up, ban the Yuzong, and then grab the Gatot.
Or just open the Yuzong, right? Yuzong isn't too big. Like, it
They
isn't like
have
the
been,
endgame thing.
they have been banning Yuzong basically almost all tournament, which is also something a bit weird here.
Maybe in like higher stake situations, the teams start to overthink a little bit, right? You start to overthink, overanalyze the draft, and
Or just like us, we always have that one bad juju hero where like, doesn't matter if that hero has a good or bad game, we will lose for some reason.
oh, for me it's very simple. Amon.
Amon,
Actually, no, I have a few. My Amon, Florin is one.
like for me is more on what Milo sucks on that day. Because when we rank him, there's a day, okay, you know what, never use Hayabusa again. Even when he was using like a Belmont jungle, we win. But when he gets on the Hayabusa and he gets the Savage, we still lose. I
Oh.
don't know why. It's bad juju.
I have one. I have one. Shout out to our friend Realize, if you're watching from Indonesia. Please don't ever pay Moskov.
Oh, yeah.
Your Moskov needs improvement.
What is my hero? I'm pretty okay with everything.
Really, no hero that you feel like if you...
Give me a
Oh, I have one. I have a hero that I feel like is your bad juju hero.
Okay.
Kalea.
I have an amazing game.
No, you grab Tigreal into your teammate. You grab El Wombo combo
No.
into us.
No, that's the reverse juju. I make bad plays and we still win.
Because we were 10k go ahead.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
still, you know? Like, that's the reverse. That's the good juju. No matter how bad you are on that hero, you still win.
I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, Stafel can be a bad influence. So do not use Kalea and grab Tigreal into your team.
Hey, we won. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
The results matter,
You're right.
right?
Yes.
Because let me tell you a strategy
Uh-huh.
that my great grandma told me.
Great grandma. Okay.
We had a good conversation
Uh-huh.
when I was young.
In what language?
English, of course. Don't let your opponents know what you're doing.
Ah, I believe
Always do the unexpected. The Tigreal never expects me to grab him.
that is correct.
So he ults into no one. Bro,
No, I
you
died
don't-
because of
you-
that.
it's just you. Everyone else is fine.
This is why I move on from that.
I-
It is a what was I? It was a mood shift, right? You know, at least for Indonesia after that game 2 win.
Now I'm worried because now they're moving.
Now they're leaning
Now-
back.
now they're-
The
now they're
team that
leaning
is
back.
like leaning back is the one that's losing the game. Is that what we're going with now?
Well-
Dangerous grass again.
Huh. So we're gonna have Dangerous Grass 3 games in a row here, where I feel like the draft is gonna change almost every single game because we're not seeing much constants here, which is also pretty weird because I kind of feel like once you have this strategy that works, maybe just keep on going on. In fact, they were first pick. They could have picked up the CC if they wanted.
I agree.
Right? They banned out the CC, Harif, and Gatot, which I feel like both CC and Gatot is definitely first pickable.
Honestly, the Harif to me was also a weird
Yeah,
one,
also
right?
weird, yeah.
We don't see that often too.
And you don't see it in the first 3 picks. It's usually red 4.
No, not at all, yeah. Times have changed because back then Harif was first pick.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, times have changed. It was 4:30, now it's 5:30.
Yeah, like
It almost changes every minute.
like a wise man once said, every 60 seconds a minute passes in Peninsular Malaysia. Time moves differently in Kuala Lumpur than Indonesia.
Speaking of which, Indonesia will be first pick. Team Turkey will be the second one. And Team Turkey going for the same ban in game number 1. Betting out the Grok as well as the Boxia. Indonesia still sticking to that Kimi ban, which I feel like that's their bad juju. If they fight against the opponents, no matter how good of a game you have it, somehow they lose.
Kimi is the problem.
So they ban out the Fanny, Gatot as well as Kimi. So the first pick here is going to be pretty interesting because
The big 3 assassins are open again. Well, now that Joy has been picked up by Joe, that makes it 4. Yishun Shin, Lancelot, Joy, Haya, what else? CC, Angela, Ban. Okay.
interesting.
みんなを守るために
Doesn't 100% feel necessary, but okay. And then the the Kalia first pick.
This I understand because they banned the Katot out.
Mhm.
Though it's not really a direct answer. It's more like it's a viable solution. You know, when you do the Kalia, I mean, Purify is always one way to do it. Purify heroes that are hard to catch with mobility, iframes, Hayabusa, I would assume. Lancelot works too. So to go back to some of the comforts from both games, TNZ had a great game with the Lancelot.
Yep.
And the CC on Siggy Boom in game 1 was also pretty hard to take out.
So now for Team Indonesia, when they had this Kalia, they pick up the Lunox early. I kind of feel like pick up the Pharsa might be better here. A little bit easier to execute and you don't really lose your lane. And then Yisenshin or Haya. But if Joe's comfort is the Joy, sure. The name is pretty similar as well.
The Joe Joy,
Joe Joy.
Because I saved my
YSS, and Uranus. Right.
I'm glad they pick up the YSS and Uranus. Because at least I know where the Uranus isn't going.
Yeah, jungle. Thank goodness it's not
mean, like-
jungle again.
I
They
mean-
played in 3 different roles. They played it with Varan, with Joe, and with Kabuki. I guess it's your Hetzky's turn.
I feel like at this point, picking the Eve should be safe, if not the Pharsa. Like, I feel like just pick up a Prio mid and then make sure that Ezekiel doesn't have a good combo alongside with the Kalia. Don't give him some kind of burst.
I think Eve is good. I think Eve is, yeah, actually Eve is very
Right?
good. Yeah.
So it should be an Eve pick here into mid lane bans.
So it's very hard to go wrong picking Eve.
Allow me to lead the
So they pick up a
charge.
Hilda, which is okay too. Is okay. And you can adjust being Roam or EXP. So far we do see it looks like Hilda does have favorable trade against the Uranus on the EXP lane. So both are really waiting for their mid lane picks.
So Yi, Farsa, Valentina, Selena,
I wonder if Team Turkey want to go for a Jushin again.
Drusin too, yep. Lunox is there. Drusin, Kalea is quite a pain
Yeah.
to deal with.
Yeah, but I feel like for Turkey it would look much better. So they're gonna ban out the Lunox.
Understandable. Lunox was a big problem. Lapu ban from Indonesia, I like it. Part of me feels like they might just leave the Yuzong open and see what happens with Lunar. Though if they pick the Yuzong, that means they're running double fighters. But
Yes.
with no Kim in mid, it's very ill-advised.
Yeah, Team Turkey basically have to pick up a mid after this, hiding where CC as well as Hilda is going. Because I feel like if they pick up their whatever other front line here, they have to default to a marksman.
Yep. So respect still shown by Indonesia. They banned the Yuzong. Even though I feel like in the grand scheme of things, it's not the best choice for Turkey, but better be safe than sorry. Mid lane, I still think Eve is the way. Now that Yuzong is banned, you are worried about an Esmeralda for Indonesia, from Indonesia's side. But that's pretty much it. I think if you take like the Granger for yourself, you work the Drusin for them. It gives you strong presence in skirmishes, but you do lack crowd control.
Because here's the thing, I noticed as well the reason why I did call out the Jushin is they really like to pair it with picks like Hilda as well as CC because basically making it so that they have free damage. And I feel like this is just the composition they like to run. The Jushin is more about setting it up for your fighters to really shine. But for Team Indonesia, Eve is an amazing pick. Combo it with the Kalia. If they want to take a Pharsa, it works as well. And then Esmeralda, I think, is pretty solid.
Ooh, Eve export.
Export. Oh, that's...
Now this is a problem.
Turkey needs to pick up the Granger because you need someone to at least take down the Braga armor.
I agree. I think Granger is
If not,
ever more important.
what other hero can burst it down?
Harif is the only second one, but definitely harder to play than the Granger. Play out than the Granger here. Claude is like your safest option. Like people always fall back to that. Definitely not Obsidian. Moskov, Carry, Bruno. I think Granger.
Granger.
I think you keep it simple, right? Play Granger. You get the range. You are not gonna be pushed away by Export. We've seen a couple of matchups. Export into Claude, no go. Export into Obsidian, no go. In a Harif, manageable. Granger is the best, and they go for it.
Yep. So right now, in terms of the draft here, for Team Indonesia, they have multiple layers of damage here, but most of it is kind of like a DPSE, dot damage for Team Turkey. Also in the mix, but it's mostly on a lot of physical bursts. A lot of physical bursts here. In terms of magical damage, honestly, not a lot. So maybe in the early game, they won't have that much damage. I really feel like once the Granger has the Hunter Strike as well as the Sky Piercer, then we start to see a little bit of development when it comes to Turkey's movements.
Yeah, I agree. I think for the Granger, it's all about once you get the Sky Piercer, how is the team going to help you navigate these fights, right? And I mean, for Indonesia's draft, they don't really have... They have some pretty nasty dives, and that's sort of a dilemma that Sigiboom needs to deal with, because when you have a Chill or Kalea on one side, you're always thinking whether you want to take a Purify or the Flicker. In this case, it's Purify for both Sigiboom and Rosa to deal with the Kalea, but you do open up yourselves for the RWM and the Last Insanity from the side of Indonesia.
I feel like at this point, Turkey cannot play the 1v1s. They gotta rotate fast here. The question is, where do you want to rotate to, right? Do you want to take down the Uranus or do you want to take down the X-Borg? And honestly, both are relatively good options, because if the X-Borg is free, he's going to be quite annoying, especially for the Hilda. If you take down the Uranus, I think it's going to be good for TNZ. No one is really going to disrupt him that much.
From what we've learned in one of the semis is that you can actually target the Uranus, right? With the right picks. And Turkey have 3 of them to deal with the Uranus.
Yep.
That was what we saw from Team Malaysia too. Lancelot, Zusin, Hilda is doable.
Yeah. So I'm really looking at the mid trio here coming in from Team Turkey. They cannot be passive, because in the previous game, Rosa on that Eve basically just camps the mid bush, basically making sure that Rosa does not die, but at the same time, not being proactive. This time with the Jushin, I want to see him more proactive. I want him to actually pressure the side lanes.
Let's see if this game is gonna be a lot more what they call slow pace like game 2, or will it start accelerating? That is the important thing. Because in the grand scheme of things, I feel like we've seen both sides of the aisle. Shout out to Turkey and the supporters, still here, still going strong. Again, bronze match. You need to get to the podium to have a shot at the prize pool. And for Turkey, this is already a milestone. I remember in 24, I think they finished in top 10. So not even close to the podium. And this is a roster that has been well respected across the globe too. They had their fair shares of struggles, but I think that comeback from game 1 was one of the biggest confidence boosts any Turkish fans could have gotten. We can say the same for the Indonesians as well. With such a drawn-out game to Slugfest, coaching staff is still in high spirits. Shout out to Coach St. DeLucas. I'm a big fan. Can I have your autograph, please?
I'm pretty sure if you ask Nicey, he'll give it to you. And honestly, this is pretty big for Indonesia as well, because in the previous year, they did get top 3 for this one. I'm pretty sure at minimum they wanna finish on the podium as well. And at this point, I want more and more proactivity. That's all I'm asking for coming in from Indonesia as well as Turkey, because the draft is definitely usable for both teams. At this point, I'm honestly out of words for Turkey against Indonesia, because the previous game, there's not a lot that was brought forward to.
No.
Brought forward to us for us to really commentate on.
No, it's... Honestly, you say it's a battle of attrition for the team, so I'd honestly...
It's a battle of attrition for us as well.
We are also put to the test too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So right now...
When was the last time? What was the longest streak of games you have gone in a single sitting? Mine was 12, I think. 12 with a 9-game lose streak in a single sitting.
Well,
The most you've played. So just game after game after game after game after game.
I think the longest... I honestly don't know the longest lose streak, but I've definitely had the history being full of losses. Not a single win. So I don't know how long that is, but at least that long.
Is it long enough that you have to scroll to see the rest of it? Or
Yeah, meaning like I scroll to the end and it's all lost.
it's all red?
Yeah. But I still maintain 65%-ish win rate every single season. So
With a lose streak?
yeah.
Well, that's pretty impressive. That's very respectable. Anything above 55 is actually above average.
I know we always say, you know, win rate's not that important, but I want to make sure. The lowest I will ever be is like 66, 65.
Okay, that is a very high bar. You are an A plus student for sure.
Yeah.
Some of our audience have been here since the very morning. They came here.
Hey, shout outs to them, man.
Shout outs to them. They've
Shout outs
been
to
here
them.
since the semis. We saw some of them during lunchtime, and now they're back, just waiting for the games to conclude. But of course, this is going to start wearing out on the teams too. When you have to, I think it's more of like the downtime in between that makes it a bit, what do we call it? Hard to manage.
Yeah.
Can't find the right word for it. Composure is important though. I would say if there's one player that has gotten the biggest confidence boost so far in the series on both sides,
Yeah.
Tianzi for Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I would say Rosa for Turkey and maybe Kabuki for Indonesia.
Honestly, after Lunar's game with the Esme, I feel like he should have a bit more confidence as well. But maybe after that U-Zone game, it went back down. So now it's neutral, right? So now I think it's neutral for both. I feel like Indonesia, they haven't really gotten that confidence just yet because we've seen the players on stage. We've seen Kabuki, we've seen Joe. We know how different they play when they are confident and then when they are not. Because when Indonesia, they are very, very confident, they will force out a play, right? Because I feel like that's the biggest difference, Husky, that we've seen, especially for the first 3 days of WEC, is that whenever Indonesia feels it, they will fight in your jungle just because they could.
So it's a mood thing.
It's a mood. It's definitely a mood thing.
It's definitely a mood thing. Today, do you feel like fighting? Not really.
I feel more peaceful. I feel more religious today.
How? I don't feel violent when I wake up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a very poor way of putting it. But you get the idea. People have watched Indonesia play, sort of know
I
that
think I play more aggressively after Ayang Kapok.
after Ankapo.
Wait. Depends on how much I ate the
Because
Ayang
are
Kapok.
you trying to end the game fast to use the washroom?
Funny enough, I've gotten immune to that. I don't really use the washroom that much after eating spicy food.
Good on
Today
you.
or tomorrow or
Same. I'm not sure
Right?
if that's a good thing. Yeah, it's the same. Is it
we're stronger. We're stronger just like the
like
players now.
Boxy says.
I'm
We're
a
strong.
strong roamer.
I'm a strong
roamer. By
roamer.
the way, shout outs to all of you guys watching. We are making sure that everything is A-okay here. This is when we said this is the battle of attrition, we didn't know how right we were. You know, this is why we're doing internationals, man.
Yeah,
Like
this is why.
we call everything the first few minutes of the pre-show, and then everything becomes a reality.
Pre-show, the draft, the
We call drafts.
flow of
days.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Flow of the game. On desk and behind the scenes, actually.
Yeah. Just because the camera isn't on us doesn't mean we stop talking. You know?
So the accuracy, the percentage of accuracy for this show alone is
120%.
higher than my win rate,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm guessing you don't want to say it.
My highest or my lowest?
Just average. You know, just
50. Definitely not as high as yours. Mine was 50. Probably like 60 was like the highest, I'd say.
This might be a hot take. I feel like it's easier to maintain your win rate as a roamer.
As a roamer.
Because number one, I feel like when I'm playing roam, everyone gets their main role anyways. Right? Meaning like
Yeah.
meaning like I'm not seeing a mid playing EXP. I'm not seeing a gold laner playing jungle. Like there are games, of course, where you're like, bro, can we swap kind of thing. But
Yep.
and then most of the time, they want to pick their heroes first. They want me to be last, and at that point, I can counter the draft.
Yeah, I'm a mid player, so I struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah, they want you up first.
They will, and then you just have to pick heroes that generally can do everything.
Yeah.
That's why Yves is
Yeah.
one of the best options.
Yeah, you pick up the first hero, and then enemies just. It's like when we play with Milo, and we're like, hey Milo, how about you use a fan? And then every single hero on the other side, Saber, the Cho, Kaja, anything under the sun, we win. But
Cyclops is also a popular one.
yeah, which the skin is coming up. I don't play the food game often.
I saw someone, so I saw this funny post on social media. So it's like you have to cook and serve
Yes,
food,
yes.
right? So it's like a mini game you play. Someone was complaining
I don't know how to serve.
that they only have one pizza oven,
Yes.
but they have to serve to 3 guests who want
Yes.
pizza
That is a bit annoying.
in a time attack mode.
At least the drinks you can put up 3 drinks at a time. The burgers you can put 4 burgers at a time. But yeah, the pizza you only have 1. I feel like I shouldn't have upgraded that one.
Yeah, so it's actually forcing you to lose customers.
But hey, if you guys have to bring it over to the venue, we would like some pizza. Actually, now that I say it, Rose might figure something.
Yeah, we have a lot.
She had snacks, but we've been here for a while.
There's a lot of food in the green room actually. We have so many foods. Like yeah, I know you work out a lot, but the calorie intake has not been good.
I haven't been working out for quite a while because we've been here exclusively the entire day.
Not yeah, well today. Yes.
Meaning like this week.
This week, yes.
Yeah, this week. You know, I like being friends with you.
Me too.
You are an amazing person
We
get to know.
Yeah, we are trying to sort things out first. Again, I think we caught a glimpse of Amarcius working overtime.
Yep.
To make sure that things are in order.
Yes.
Shout out to Jess.
Wait, Rez.
No, you're not supposed to say.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say a name? Hey, but no, people know him. People know him. He's
Okay, true.
He's very popular by going to podcasts and then donating on the podcast.
Yeah, so he's actually also popular for the yellow card.
Yes.
I didn't know it was discontinued until I asked him. I was like, can you give me a yellow card? And he's like, no, we've discontinued that system.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, they have since, now it's 2025, right? I think the first time we saw it was the last time we saw it.
Well, now we can all breathe because we're jumping straight into the game here. So we'll see at what stage of the game we are at. We're at the beginning here.
Thank you very much to
Yay!
the crowd for still being here. Yay!
Anyways, right now. Oh,
You guys are. You guys.
look at
Wait,
this,
wait,
look at
wait, wait.
this.
We've
Oh.
seen this before.
Shh. They're doing the Sakais.
Dun,
And
dun.
they don't see it.
Dun,
Because
dun.
the pressure is on mid.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
We have seen this before. Oh boy. Well. Hey, there are some lessons to be learned. Look at that.
I'm hearing the crowd cheer because he successfully got that buff. But either way, hey, shout out to Joe as well as Sakai. Sikabum taking a bit of damage from Kabuki. Looks like a lot of trades is happening around. And at this point, I want to see the player reaction of TNT and be like, wait, where's my buff?
That has to be frustrating. Joe even got the gold crab too. Kabuki with a good leash on the lizard. Joe is now accelerating the lead. Tianzi shows up. He's late.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, can I get something here? No. Can I get something here? No. Like, TNZ, but as of right now, it's not that bad, right? He's still level 3, but the thing is, Joe just... Why is he not level 4 yet?
Well, he needs one more camp, right? Because he didn't steal... He only stole the orange buff. He didn't steal the lizard.
Yeah,
If you stole one extra camp, then yes.
Yeah.
Though still, it did mess up TNZ's road pathing a little bit. He's gonna try to put some damage. It's Purify out from Apex 47. Joey's doing too much damage. TNZ shouldn't even be there in the first place. That's first blood for Joe and another camp for the YSS.
Joe is so understanding of the situation that TNZ is going in because he's like, I get it, bro. This is frustrating, but I felt it. Now it's your turn. And look at Kabuki and Sigibum just trading all around, and Sigibum gets it.
The thing is that TNZ's pathing is severely delayed because he had to go from purple. He misses an orange, no gold crab. Rosa should get out. With a delayed timing, you shouldn't be contesting for objective and pressure, right? You want to get as much resource as possible. And that's actually a kill onto Rosa. Into a Tsunami Slam. Witty drags Apex back, and Apex will survive.
Yeah. Witty taking a bit of damage, but the Kalia can heal up, so it shouldn't be a problem. Joe here goes up against TNZ with 1 level difference. And Apex 47 as well as TNZ has to be careful, because if Joe is feeling like he could have gotten the double kill there.
Definitely is feeling it. So already a 1.3k goal lead. Aran was sandbagging the lane. And this is a problem. Because for Turkey, damage profile-wise, not really the best, especially in the early game before you get items, unless you can bring Sigibum into the fight. But even he needs items. And Turkey, they're now 4-manning just to make sure that TNZ gets some resources. We'll get the Golem and transition into the Lizard down there, but still will be at least 2 levels behind Joe. And Vidi comes in, flicker into a grab, gets Lunar instead of TNZ. Apex and Rosa here to back him up. Joe finds a turtle boat, gonna crash it onto Rosa. No follow-up there. Rosa will get out.
Yep. So Team Turkey, we can say that for all 3 games, Indonesia definitely has a pretty good start. Almost every single time having at least 1,000 gold advantage. Sigibum is doing quite well against Kabuki, and now even the last stand in use, but Kabuki is able to get his distance away from Sigibum. So Indonesia, they're in a pretty comfortable spot. Weird to say, but I kind of feel like Turkey is in a comfortable spot as well because they felt this before. Sigibum already forced out the Purify coming in from Joe.
I want to take
As
this
in, like Joe attacking him, and then he's forced to use the Purify, even though he really didn't have to.
Yeah, I want to take this opportunity to answer a very pressing question from a good friend of ours.
Okay.
Shout out to Mirko. He was asking why aren't the Philippines here? Tough question to answer. They didn't qualify.
Yeah, that's it. They just
I don't know
lost.
what to tell you. They just didn't
Yeah.
make it. And Rosa makes it out. Turtle should go over to Indonesia. The Turtle boat in the possession of Joe. Another conversion. Turtle to a Beetle. Apex cannot hold on to the camp.
So right now on Team Turkey, they're being pushed back, and we got to remember how they dealt with this kind of aggression, which is lose, sure, but don't lose too much. So Team Turkey, they're accepting, okay, the laning phase is pretty tough. We're going to give it to them, but we're going to make sure that we don't give too much. But at this point, I feel like they're giving a little bit too much.
Yeah, I was about to say not lose too much, but you lose a tier 1, and Iran does get forced to flicker out. So some response from Turkey. That's what we want to see. We want to see resistance. Then Iran, very manageable. You can take him down. We just need a bit of injection. If Rosa was dead, then there's going to be Iran dead for sure. And majority of the goal advantage should be on Joe right now.
Yep. So Iran moving forward. I feel like for Team Turkey, if their laning phase was a little bit better, they should have actually gone for the upcoming turtle fight S5. Because, hold on, Lunar taking quite a lot of damage here, being surrounded by Team Indonesia, and Kabuki flickers away, almost got taken down by Team Turkey. And this is why I kind of feel like Team Turkey, they should be able to group up now, because I feel like in terms of the damage profile that they have, they really should start getting some kind of pickoffs.
I want to agree with that, but at the same time, I also feel like they are not ready yet. And they have tried. Don't get me wrong, they have tried, but Indonesia has been able to avoid these instances. Another Crimson Beacon forced out from Rosa. So that's 4.5k advantage now for Indonesia. Third turtle on the map, and Joe on the case already. This is going to be a continuous problem for Turkey. Luna goes in with the curtain call. Yehescu and Witty stuck together. They need a bit more damage. Luna now he's gonna lose his health bar. Joe is just gonna shoot him down. Witty finds a kidnap onto TNZ. TNZ trying to juggle around the puncture, dies. They did end up getting Joe, but at the cost of 3 members.
Yeah, Team Turkey now looking a little bit desperate, making some plays that they usually don't do here, Husky. And at 6 minutes in, Sigibum just finished the Sky Piercer. So Team Turkey now should really be feeding in some kills over to him because, I don't know, Team Turkey, they're being a little bit uncharacteristic, I would say.
I guess the silver lining is that they got some gold back, but still Indonesia ends up getting the turtle, which is slightly slower than the timing that I expected. I thought that Joe would fully take the objective, but he committed to a fight. Still, they end up with 3 kills at the end. So Lore will be spawning towards the bottom quadrant of the map, something to watch out for. Witty with the gang squad, here he comes into a knockup, boom! Kidnap Lunar back to his team. Joe doesn't have the damage just yet, but is at the cost of Lunar's vengeance.
The tough thing here is that there's a 1 item difference between the junglers. TNZ only has the War Axe, and then Joe has 2 items, the War Axe and the Hunter Strike, if I believe. So just by the junglers itself, the difference is too much. And Apex 47 just gets caught and it just dies there.
It's another kill fed into the machine of Yehescu. 100% kill participation so far. RWM traps on the 2, Iran from the back, zones out the rest of Turkey. Indonesia gets an easy mid-tier 1. The drag back onto Iran gets shrugged off very easily. TNZ really wants his buff. Mountain Chaka gets used. Witty with a knockup. Tsunami Slam. RKO. Lunar is gone. Indonesia continues to step on the gas.
Yep. Team Turkey only have 1 kill to the name. Rosa just built the glowing wand. So this time should be able to reduce the healing coming in from the front lines of Team Indonesia. But I think the problem still persists, which is they just don't have the damage. They don't have the damage just yet. So they just gotta wait, scale up. In the previous game, they came back at about 9 minutes and 30 seconds. It's 8 minutes and 50. So I don't know if they want to wait for the same timing, but
I don't know. I think the timing sort of has. It hasn't passed, but it has been delayed. It's been severely delayed.
yep.
It's pretty tough. I just realized this. Oh my goodness, Apex has the Purify on the Hilda.
Oh,
That is a problem for Turkey. Why?
is it really just because he doesn't want to get picked off by the Kalia? Because I feel like it's not really all that necessary. But either ways, the turtle has been started up by Team Indonesia, and they're getting the Lord for free. In fact, they're basically getting everything on the map for free.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about this. I mean, you don't get picked up. I can understand. But it doesn't make any difference, to be honest. Not with this goal advantage that Indonesia has. 7.2k. They pop the holy defense in the bottom lane, and Kabuki just stands in front of the base menacingly. Tianzi gets nothing. Joe 2 levels up.
Yep. Indonesia with 6,700. They are, personally for me, I feel like they can actually go inside the turret here, at least take the holy defense away. Team Turkey is trying to pull the minions to the side, but unfortunately in the mid, it has been triggered, same as the bottom here. So Team Turkey, they have a lot of ways to siege as well as catch. They should be able to get this inhibitor for free. Team Turkey unable to defend that one.
And a good RWM from Yehezkiel. Finds the setup, with it with the grab back. Lunar is going to explode as Kabuki takes him out, and a barbecue delivered. Double kill for Kabuki. Lord being worked on. Joe gets 10Z. Joe almost takes him out. But the Ron will flicker right on top into a planetary punch. And that's a knockout blow. 10.4k goalie for Indonesia. And a Crystal inside Sigibum does his best, but Indonesia will take the lead in its best of 5. It's 2-1 for them.
With 10,000 goal lead and Team Turkey only able to get 1 kill. Team Indonesia with the cheeky early steal in the buff started controlling the game from minute 1.
This game was quite a tricky one to navigate.
Oh yeah,
I gotta be honest, not just from the cheeky start from Indonesia, but the more you looked at how Turkey approached that game, the more you realize that this game is going out of control faster than expected.
I don't know how they're going to reset for this one because it's just all 10 players on the stage. It feels like different players. And you can
It reminds me of the feeling of yesterday where it felt like you're watching something in slow-mo.
I wonder if they have one more game.
I'm pretty sure they
do.
I'm pretty sure they
Yeah, they
one
should,
more
yeah.
game.
Here in this best of 5, looks like Team Indonesia got match point. They need one more win to secure the 3rd place.
Now, I'm here to address some of your concerns and some of the concerns that the Turkish fans might have, because this is going to be a tough one to navigate, right? You're now backs against the wall. Your opponent's on match point. One more loss and you miss the podium and the prize pool. Not sure if you can see it behind us. No, actually you can, not the camera angle, but the Turkey players are actually all still seated, and it has to be a very quick solution, right? They have to come up with a way, go into game 4. How are they gonna navigate the draft? Because I think, well, actually not the draft. I think the draft wasn't exactly.
I feel it's the early game because every single game they lose by at least 1,500 by minute 2.
Yeah.
And if you lose 1,000 in the first 2 minutes 3 times in a row, something has to change.
Yeah, I
The
think
question is what? And the answer is mid-duo. Mid-trio.
Personally do not like the Purify on the Hilda at all.
Yeah.
I understand the idea, but it's not gonna make a difference. Let's be very honest. Whether you get grab back or whether you Purify out of it, your job is gonna be throwing your body like moths to a flame, and it's a very tough game to navigate. When your jungler is behind, remember that in the mid interaction, Tianzi late with the jungle pathing because you know Joe decided to make life hard for him, and they still tried to contest mid. Tianzi ends up going down, and then you see that snowball instantly gets created by Indonesia.
Because I really feel like Team Turkey, they always make the mistake when they... It doesn't matter the draft, Husky. That's the important thing. It doesn't matter the draft. They force a fight mid. And all three members are there. You know, TNZ, Rosa, as well as Apex 47. And always, they die first. Either TNZ dies, or Rosa dies, or Apex 47 dies. I get the idea, but the execution really isn't there. And it does seem like Team Indonesia, they see this, they know this. It's like, okay, you're gonna get level 2, and then you're gonna gank me. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, they are punishing the tendencies of Turkey, which is quite. I don't want to say refreshing, but there are some of our domestic league flavors in there. You know, and what we like to say: fight hard when winning, fight harder when you're losing.
Yeah.
Doesn't work every time. I want to look at the numbers though. Like this number, let's see. Yeah.
Around 9 to 10,000 gold difference, 11 kills to 1. And in terms of damage being dealt, honestly, not a lot all across the board. The highest damage that we have is around 39, almost 40,000.
Yeah, which is considered quite a lot when your targets pop like balloons.
Yeah.
Hall of Famous on your screen. We've got Joe as the Gold Hunter, USQ, the GOAT and the best support, Aran as the tanker on this Uranus.
It's basically all Team Indonesia here, and because they've been doing their job here, Husky, right?
have.
Like, hey, you know what, Ezekiel? Do damage, catch them anytime that you can, Aran, open up the map, and then Joe, farm up. If we need you, please come visit, deal damage, and then look good while doing it. Everyone has their jobs, and they just do it.
And that's something that, you know, I want to give them credit for. They definitely took a page out of how Malaysia approached the game, right? It's almost sort of the same trick. They learn and they adapt fast. I love it. And of course, Joe was the one that really spearheaded the snowball of this game on the 317 YSS. Really nothing much to say about it. You know, he got too far ahead, too fast, and he was just too strong, I guess.
Yeah. And TNZ couldn't figure out, like, basically how to farm back up, right? Because we see being a little bit, because he was level 3, trying to fight level 4.
He loses the orange buff and loses the gold crab.
And then he dies in
And he
mid.
dies mid, and he loses purple.
So it was just, you know, snowballing out of control. Maybe that's how you wanna, I guess, like, you wanna tilt the jungler,
Yeah.
take one of their buffs early.
And then
And then after that, it all goes spiraling down because they're like, okay, I don't know how to play the game anymore.
And not just that, like jungler is such a integral role to this current meta in ML right now, is that when the jungler dies, you not only tilt the jungler, you tilt the rest of his team. Because they rely on him, right?
Yeah,
Which sort of brings us back to like that chat we had with the South African players, that they were getting caught off guard with how fast the meta is right now. You get snowball in the first 2 minutes and it feels like the world ends.
Yeah. Yeah, in this meta, it is very punishing if you make early mistakes. That's why the first 2 turtles are so important, and that's why the laning phase is very, very important. So, Team Turkey, they need to re-establish themselves. Understanding that Indonesia, they're a team with very high mechanics. You gotta get some kind of advantage in the draft, and then understand. You gotta win or not lose that much, because it's not a coincidence. All 3 games, 1,500 gold difference in the first 2 minutes. You know what you're doing is not working. You gotta switch it up.
Here's where I want to get your input on this. I know you've also had experience leading a team before. If your team is in this position, right, the role of the coach, how are you going to navigate it? How do you tackle the players?
Every single time, it's all about something that's very simple to execute. Basically, something that even if you autopilot on,
Yeah.
it will look good. But with everything that's going on, we're gonna give some time for the players to basically re-strategize and figure out how potentially the final game is gonna be played, because Indonesia, they are at match point, and for Team Turkey, this is their last chance. So we're going for a very quick break. After we come back, we will resume the bronze match. Indonesia going up against Turkey.
To be in the zone, gamers need true support. One that's in sync with your body at every angle. Takes your weight without pressure. Fully adjustable to cradle your spine and adapts as you shift in your seat. True ergonomic alignment to achieve your perfect gaming form.
Data habis? Jangan risau. Tukar ke Red One Mobile untuk data pantas 5G Extra. Nak peran data telefon? Red One Mobile kan ada.
Toss a coin in the waterfall, send a wishing well. Now I get plenty coin, some self-made. You ain't gotta wish me well. You ain't like me then, but I guess it's past tense, cause you tapped in. You was never who you said. I see the facade when looking at really me. Like you could tell my guard up. I ain't taking L's. If it's not in my favor, won't sign a deal. I got the royalty in the mill. I got authority in the field. Take a look in my iris. I be precise with the timing. I move on a tuck like the high risk. I never know where my mind went.
Every champion starts with one moment. Activate your place in the world of esports. Compete, manage, track, dominate. Everything you need in one platform. Gear up for WEC 25. For results, streams, and more, visit isf.gg.
To be in the zone, gamers need true support. One that's in sync with your body at every angle. Takes your weight without pressure. Fully adjustable to cradle your spine and adapts as you shift in your seat. True ergonomic alignment to achieve your perfect gaming form.
Data habis? Jangan risau. Tukar ke Red One Mobile untuk data pantas 5G Extra. Nak peran data telefon? Red One Mobile kan ada.